Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Here's a wonderful voice.
God, I love the station.
Be around the globe, in the chat room, on another planet, or on the other side. This is The Last Frequency. I am Mike Vara, and I welcome all of you wherever it is you may be. And I'm started last night. I started losing my voice a little bit. I strained it a bit, I guess, the other day, and well, I'm still dealing with it. So bear with me. This broadcast, it's coming at you live from the capital city, Columbia, South Carolina, located on the east coast of the United States. And my guest tonight, Becky Hawkins, returns with me. I'm really excited about this one because Becki is my favorite, I'm telling you, all-time favorite paranormal guest, because it is the way that she does things, the way that she actually, she didn't get some box and play radio stations and say that spirits are communicating. No, she volunteered for Hospice for, I believe, 30 years or more. And during that volunteer work, she would interview and have conversations with people. When I say interview, she'd have conversations with people who are on their way out the door, if you know what I mean, and they would explain to her what they see or what they're feeling. Hey, Uncle Tom came to visit me, or the angels are coming, or things of that nature. And so she learned a lot about the other side through that work. And so I had her on once. It had to have been 10 years or more since she's been on. And I've been trying to contact her for quite some time, and I finally found her contact, and I got back a hold of her, and she's willing to come on. So I'm bringing her back on. We're going to do this again because, again, her work is absolutely fascinating. My voice is just about shot, but I'll do my best tonight for you. So Becky Hawkins joining me tonight. The website, lastfrequency.com. Go on over, become a member. Be informed. As long as I don't try to hit the high notes, I think I'll be all right. Be informed and inform others. Very, very important. If you haven't had a chance, Uncensored, it is in the archive. It's also over on Rumble. That was midnight last night. I'm calling that probably one of the more controversial shows that I've done in a while. I don't know, just some of the topic matter was just off the wall. But that's nor here nor there tonight. I want to welcome everybody who's listening on TalkStream Live, on the VARA network, over on YouTube, and wherever else you may be listening. So I'll bring my guest on here in just a little bit. First, I got a couple things here. I don't know, a few things, I guess, that I want to get into, if my voice allows me to do so. It's kind of weird. It's been scratchy all night. Now I get on the air, and it's like it wants to cut out on me. I think it's some kind of witchcraft. I don't know. German doctors are attempting to reverse death and resurrect humans. A company called Tomorrow Biostatus is focusing on human cryptopreservation in the hopes it can eventually reverse death. I just don't think it's going to be done. You know, it's just not. You're just like you're not meant to know exactly what's going on over there and what happens over there. You're also, I don't think you're meant to prevent it. It's inevitable for all of us. So anyways, the new Berlin startup has already preserved the bodies of about 10 deceased humans. Now, it's my understanding if they're going to do something like that now, I heard somebody say, wasn't it Simon Cowell who said they chopped the head off? Now, I had a guy on who does that kind of work once. We did a show, and he said, yeah, they removed the head. I guess the body's easily replaceable, but they need that brain. I don't know. It might be better off just to stay where you are, right? So the waiting list for Tomorrow Biostatus, a startup based in Germany, is in the hundreds. So hundreds of people who apparently are afraid to go to the other side, and they want to stick around for whatever reason. And the company already has about 10 cases with some bodies preserved in a lab. What comes next is the real issue. Now, according to a report from Tech EU, the company's standby ambulance has already been busy with co-founders working to launch Europe's first cryogenics company. And they say there's already a handful of them in the United States, and I know of one, but I just wouldn't be interested in this. Unless you could just, I don't know, zap me with some kind of laser beam and then revive me. I'm just not interested in this whole decapitate me, freeze me before I'm completely dead kind of stuff. I don't know about that. They say that the challenge is after they freeze the brain and the cells and they preserve them, is to actually get the brain functioning again. And I mean, there's people who are walking around right now whose brains aren't functioning in the first place. So imagine. Yes, I know, we're on YouTube. Shh. So I guess they want to hold these bodies and preserve these bodies until they can get to a point where they can reverse whatever caused the death. So, say you died of cancer, well, they have a cure for that particular cancer, and they bring you back. Boy, what kind of condition are you in? If you do come back, right, they do bring you back. What if you come back and you're just, you're like tomatoes? I don't know. So they can freeze the brain to preserve cells and tissues, but again, bringing that brain back, they have not mastered that yet. They have no idea because they've not brought no one back yet, so they don't know what the case is going to be. It could be a vegetable. Now you may wish that you stayed where you were. I seen this. I found it interesting. How to survive an alien invasion. Boy, of all times to see this kind of stuff now, when there's a lot of talk about alien invasions. Have you ever wondered what you should do if little green men should come to the planet Earth and decide they want to take our luscious green planet for themselves? Alien invasion theories have taken over the internet this year after 3 unidentified flying objects were shot down in the U.S. and Canada. Yeah. Within a span of 3 days, but what would happen if an alien invasion were to actually take place. I guess we're going to find out because, look, if we get an alien invasion, it's staged because I just don't see aliens invading. They don't have to. I mean, they could take us over without invading, without causing chaos. I'm quite sure of that. They can abduct people right out of their homes, bring them through roofs, materialize them. I mean, if they could do all that, they could mind control and all the things that they could do, stop nuclear missiles from being launched. If they could do all that, I mean, what do you mean invasion? There's another invasion going on right now, but I'll leave that one alone. I'll save it for a Monday. You know what I'm talking about. No. So without giving further details, this retired colonel of the U.S. Army, he assured the fake news in 2019 that there is a contingency plan for that case. So they've got a plan in order. They have elite forces of the U.S. Army focused to fight against enemies from outer space. Now I wonder if they're part of the Space Force. Quite possibly. So there's a black hole that's blasting powerful jets directly it says, directly at us, I would imagine, but from a distance, and again, we have nothing to worry about. But they're finding that these black holes, this one's leaving a shadow, which they find interesting, saying that black holes just never leave shadows. Well, this one has a shadow. Maybe it's got a twin brother or something, and it looks like a shadow. And for those poor folks who went down in that Titanic submersible, first off, personally, I would have never gotten that thing because that little space and going that deep in the ocean, I think I'd panic. I just don't see it working for me. I did not see it working for me. And then, if I did get in that thing and I see this guy pull out a PlayStation controller and say, well, this is how we're going to control this thing. Open the hatch, let me the hell out of here. Let me the hell out of here. I've had plenty of PlayStation controllers, and something always goes wrong with them. No, I'm good. Good, let me out. But they went down, and they imploded. How horrible. What a horrible fate. But, you know, when you're dealing with the ocean like that, I don't know why. If I'm a billionaire especially, I'm not. The hell with that. I ain't taking them kind of risks. I want to live and enjoy my money a little bit. Yeah. Gone they are, and of course that's taken over the news cycles, I think purposely. Not that it purposely happened, but purposely taken over the news cycles. Not that it's not news, but, you know, it's like everybody's going nuts about it. So, you know, they signed a waiver. They knew the dangers. They got into the thing. I mean, you're going that deep down in the ocean, you know, you're taking a big, big chance. They took a big chance, and now they went the way of the Titanic, unfortunately. God bless them all. God bless their families. But, you know, that's a choice they made. Not me. You'll never see me doing something like that. I mean, hell, I won't even get on a roller coaster. It'd be damn if I'm going down that deep in the ocean in some little Mario Kart. No, thank you. So Becky Hawkins coming up next. I'm Mike Vara. This is The Last Frequency, and my voice has taken a kick to the throat or something here. We'll be back, folks. Don't go away. It is Sunday night, and we got a really good guest coming up. Hope she likes to talk. We'll be back.
Carolina Radio, Columbia.
Excellent.
Number one means you're always on top. Your number one radio.
You're listening to the VARA Network. Hey, frequencies of all walks of life. Keep up with all things TLF radio by joining our mailing list. Go to the bottom of the homepage and fill in the form. You'll get everything from guest info and show info and other important station-related information. So sign up now.
Crazy ass bumper stickers and more.
What?
You heard me. Crazy ass bumper stickers and more.
What?
Crazy ass bumper stickers and more.
What?
For all your bumper sticker needs, just click on the Crazy Ass Bumper Stickers banner located at the foot of my website, www.lastfrequency.com. That's Crazy Ass Bumper Stickers and more.
You're making me crazy.
I want to talk to you about something very important for a moment here, folks. That is clean drinking water. Now, you can survive without it for about 3 days. How do you know yours is even pure? You don't, but I'll tell you what is. This is the ultimate water filtration solution. It's called Alexa Pure Pro. It is a groundbreaking gravity-fed water filtration system that outperforms all the others for less. I personally stand behind the Alexa Pure Pro water filtration system because I use it.
This is
The last frequency.
You are the resistance. Welcome to the night. From the Midlands of South Carolina, you're listening to The Last Frequency with your host, Mike Vara. To get questions directly to Mike Vara, you can call in or message Mike on our website, www.lastfrequency.com. Now, here is Mike Vara.
Frequency. I am your host, Mike Vara. Yeah, I've been doing this for, I guess, over 15 years now, and I've had a lot of paranormal guests on with me. Oh, a lot of paranormal guests on with me, and great ones, too. But this one, who is joining us here tonight, really takes the cake. She is Becky Hawkins. What can the dying teach us about living? She's an author, newspaper columnist, or at least she was a newspaper columnist. I don't know if she's still doing that now. And 30 years she volunteered in hospice. She's a nurse, Becky Hawkins. She'll educate us all in transitions. A nurse's education about life and death, Hawkins also provides a blueprint on how to help those go in peace, grace, and love. And so we're going to bring her on with us, and we're going to get this party started. I'm really looking forward to talking to Becky. Now, hopefully everything goes as planned, and we have no issues, so let's try. It is ringing, I think. No. Yes, it is ringing. And it is still ringing.
Automatic voice.
Oh boy, voicemail.
866.
Hold on.
Low tone. Please record message when you record.
Oh boy.
For more.
Hello, Becky. This is Michael Vara with The Last Frequency. Scheduled to be with me tonight. If you're interested, I'd like to talk with you. 803-392-4566. All right, well, this happens. She's not been going on shows, so, it's been a while, so she may have forgot about me this week. I hope not. I hope we get her, but we'll see. Last time I called her, she called me right back, so we'll see if that happens. If not, then I guess I'll have to pull another rabbit out of my hat for tonight, which will really... But I'm going to tell you what, if it turns out where she doesn't come out with me tonight, I'm going to get her on with us because you just have to hear her story. Now, she's in the archives at Late Night in the Midlands, our Late Night in the Midlands archives, but I don't know if it's in the batch on the website or not. But I'll tell you what, she is a great guest. So hopefully I get the pleasure of sharing her with you tonight, but we'll see. We'll see how that rolls. I am watching it, and I'm waiting to see if she calls back. She might, who knows? I think I told her 9:20, but we'll see. I also got an email from Vinny Eastwood. I don't know if some of you may remember Vinny Eastwood. He says that he is, I got to paraphrase because I don't have it in front of me, but I guess they're trying to lock him away in another country somewhere, and he wants to come on and plead his case. So we're going to bring him on in, I think, 2 weeks maybe. He might be coming out with me. So we got that coming up. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. Got Mark Anthony, Psychic Mark Anthony, coming on tomorrow night. So maybe a few of you will call in to talk to him. I don't always take calls with Mark Anthony. He's another one. Very interesting, really good paranormal guest. And sometimes I just, the conversation's too good, so, we don't take calls. But we have, but we don't always. All right, I'm going to try to call her once more. If not, I got to go to a plan B, because in radio you can't just sit around and wait, right? So let's see what happens. I'll give it one more shot here. She could be saying, oh, I forgot. I don't want to go on there now. I'm not ready. I know that feeling. Or, anything could happen.
To an automatic voice message.
Automatic voice message. So I'm just going to disconnect that because a lot of good that's going to do me. And I'm going to have to go to something here. Well, we're on YouTube, so it's going to be... I gotta watch what I play. I gotta play something because I can't do what I gotta do here, right? It's gonna be boring for you, so. Where is Barry Cooney's? I had his music. I wonder if any of that's in here. I play something from his, something original. No. Simple Guy. We could do Simple Guy, I suppose. Simple Guy. I don't know. But I was afraid this would happen. No, can't play that because YouTube will get me. I think I'm going to be... Okay, we could do that. Maybe. I find sometimes even people who give me permission to run their music, and I still get hit. So, let me play some. I gotta put something on. I can't just leave it dead air. Let's see here. Where the hell did it go? I'll be damned. See, this is what happens. That's the only thing that's nice about having a producer. Is because right now the producer would be on this. And I'd just be keeping you busy talking while he's doing his thing. I have to do it all. I'm about to change my hat from host to producer here. I'll be damned now. I just had it here, and now it's gone. Aliens? We could do aliens. Let's do aliens. Yeah, nothing wrong with a little bit of aliens. All right. Give me a minute, folks. That stuff happens, you know. We'll be back. Last frequency on the VARA network. Just another damn Sunday.
53rd Park was only going 8 blocks, but it was getting dark. Tried to play it safe, radio limousine. My night was looking great until my driver screamed. Aliens have landed. Aliens are here. Aliens have landed. Ooh, aliens are here. He set the load, sent them by mistake. It was an accident, but an act of fate, and everything has its time and has its place. Told me it might be driving out in outer space. Ooh, aliens have landed. Aliens are here. Aliens have landed. Ooh, aliens are here. Aliens are here. They've been abducted. Yeah, oh, they told me that shit rise like a fall. Gave me space dust brew. I swear it's true. Oh, aliens have landed. Aliens are here. Aliens have landed. Ooh, aliens are here. Ooh, aliens are here. Next thing I know, everything's aglow, heading straight for a star. And now I'm a regular, I'm over on par at the 24/7 free bar. Aliens have landed. Aliens are here. Aliens have landed. Ooh, aliens are here. Oh, aliens have landed. Aliens are here. Aliens have landed. Ooh, aliens are here. Ooh, aliens are here. Ooh, aliens are here.
Yeah, I wish the aliens were here. That'd be nice. I'd get one of them on here to talk with me. All right, so Plan B fell through too, so I guess it's just you and me tonight. Of course, I got my voice is all messed up, right? And so that'll be a night. Hey, let him go over other stuff and have to talk. Anyways, this damn coffee cup keeps closing on me. I go to drink it and it closes like a trick coffee cup or something. It's not, but it's like that. All right, well, I got some stuff. We could go over some stuff that's going on with some pictures on Mars I think are interesting. We can go through a slideshow here. I got one for you. So we could do that. So, yeah, Becky Hawkins, we'll have to get her rescheduled. Maybe she'll still call in. I don't know. But I'd like more than an hour. I mean, this conversation with her, you need more than an hour. And Dr. Rand, I think he's off writing a cookbook or something. I don't know. But, and me, well, I'm going to try to get this on camera. All right, so let me go ahead and do that. Video capture. I think that's what we want. That is what we want. All right, bear with me, folks. It's just one of those nights, right? I mean, it's just you and me anyways. That's it. That is it. There it is. Let me get the guest pick down off of there. She doesn't want to go away. What else is there? Is that it? Okay. Wish there was a way to blow it. Oh, yeah, there is a way, actually. There's always a way. Remember that. Let's see. I got to do that. And do that. Let's get rid of that stupid advertisement that I don't want to look at. And a little bit of that. And then a little more of that. Now watch the other pictures be different size, right? And it'll screw me up anyways. We'll see. Alright, so this is it says even scientists can't explain these bizarre images taken on Mars. And so, well, quickly, I'll go back to that. But it says here, this donut-shaped object seemed to appear suddenly in a set of before and after images taken by NASA's Mars Opportunity rover, whom my guest last night will say is no such thing. I personally don't agree with that, but whatever. While some believed it to be some sort of alien fungus, NASA debunked these rumors, stating that it was simply a donut-shaped rock and had been dislodged by the rover. So I suppose they're talking about this little guy right here. Can you see? You can't see my mouse, can you? What the hell? You used to be able to see my mouse. I bet I could change that. You know what? I better leave well enough alone before I screw that up. Alright, so there it is, this little donut thing on Mars. I don't know, it looks like a rock to me too. I mean, I'm not excited about it. Now, if I seen a cop sitting there eating the donut, well, then that would be something. So it says slideshow. Alright, well, where the hell's the slider? We got a slider here? What are we doing? Oh, we gotta do that. They're gonna make you look at advertisements before you get to go to the next one. I see. Oh, well. I appreciate them sharing this with us. Says, a hovering spoon. Come on, we can come up with better stuff. Oh, look at that. It is a hovering spoon. Looks like a baby spoon. You see that? Now, that's interesting. Says, if you look closely at where the red arrow is pointing, you can see commercials. You can see what appears to be a spoon levitating in the rock formation. In this photo taken by the Curiosity rover. They say, what exactly is it, though? Unfortunately, it's not a real spoon. No kidding. But rather, holy cow, they got the advertisements loaded on this freaking page. It's, they say that it is just a rock structure. So that's basically what they say. That is pretty cool, though. It's a nice illusion. It does look like a baby spoon. All right, so there's another one. I don't know how many of these there are, but I find them interesting. I used to have really good Mars guests who used to come on, and then he went and, went off the deep end, and so now, I got to get George Haas back on. Been a while since I have George Haas and a couple others. Got to get talking about Mars again. Blueberries. Well, those don't look like blueberries to me. Now, come on. Those are rocks. That's just stupid. Of course they're not blueberries. Yeah, no. Okay, so we're going to skip that one. No blueberries. No blueberries at all. What is this? The hole. Ooh, there's a Mel's hole on Mars, too. Look at that. The hole. Says this photo was captured near Mars' South Pole and shows a perfectly circular hole. The stuff at the bottom of the frozen carbon dioxide is frozen carbon dioxide if this thing would quit jumping around. And it's estimated that the hole's a few hundred meters across, as we've only seen it from orbit so far, they say. This is going to be difficult because all these commercials, I mean, they really got their pages loaded. They're really trying to make a Google buck, aren't they? I mean, God bless them. I hope they do, but my Lord. That looks like Swiss cheese down there, don't it? I'm kind of curious. I don't know so much about the hole as I am that other stuff. Almost looks like salt from an ocean, Kind of. Sort of. Alright, here's another one. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. It's the Frogman. The freaking Frogman, folks. He's there. Oh, the iguana. They're calling him an iguana. Looks like a damn frog to me. That looks like a damn frog to me. Okay, so we've seen it. Even scientists can't. Well, let's see what they say. While some will assert that this image is of a simple rock that happens to be shaped like an iguana, others disagree to say it is just a rock would be very close-minded to the evidence at hand. Well, I agree. That's not just a rock. And if it is, it's a frog that turned into a rock. Look at that. That's got detail. I suppose it could be, but boy, it sure looks like a frog to me. Who knows? There are other rocks next to them. That could be some kind of, maybe it's some dried out lake or something. That's interesting. A frog. Let's go to the next one. So, folks, I didn't plan on this tonight either, It's we got to do something, right? So I want to do something interesting, and I think this is interesting. So I might be looking at these tonight anyways, so I might as well look at them with you, right? The Great Pyramid. Now look at that. That is a pyramid. Come on, man. You got to be blind as a bat to not see that is a pyramid. Look at that. That is perfect. Nature doesn't do perfect. Not like that. Look at that. Not on stone, especially. The Great Pyramid. That is a pyramid right there. There's the mouse. Yes, indeed. They're going to jump it on me. So I'll wait. Let's see. This pyramid is yet another finding that made conspiracy theorists and UFO enthusiasts go absolutely nuts. And they're saying, unfortunately, it's this or that. Baloney. That is a pyramid. And I think there's others around it, too. I've seen pictures of this area before, and there's several pyramids, amongst other things that are there. So, interesting. Pyramid? I think so. Let's take a look at another one here. The Kirkwood Spears. Okay. Or a bad case of, I don't know what. I don't know, folks. That could be anything. See, I'm not going to just go and take a lot. I mean, if it looks like a frog, it probably is a frog. But, if it looks like a bunch of rocks, well, it's probably what it is. It looks like a close-up of mud is what that looks like to me. There's another. Mini twisters. Mini twisters on Mars. Look at that. So you don't want to put a trailer park up there, right? Because the mini twisters will come right for it. Yeah, mini twister. That's interesting. There's days when Earth looks like Mars, the sky, and just I don't know. We are one thing. My guests are definitely right about. We are being lied to, absolutely being lied to. But as far as that whole we're on a flat, I'm gonna have to pass on that one. Oh, look at that. Now, how would you explain that? Now, I don't think that's the Muppet character, okay? Or whatever he is. Beaker? Oh, Beaker. He's not a Muppet. Maybe he is I don't know what the hell he is. But there he is. Now, that looks like it was pressed, machine pressed into the ground or something, don't it? Boy, interesting stuff. Really, really interesting. I wonder how many of these pictures they got. Probably 1 million of them because they want to keep you on the site. But let's see. What else we got? The Jake Mavagis Rock. Majevic, or something like that. Well, that's interesting. So they got graffiti on Mars, too. Someone spray painted it blue. Next. Wish they didn't have all them. Oh, yes, I remember this one. Isn't this the man sitting on the rock? You see the man sitting on the rock over here? Look at that. Sitting there probably wondering, wow, they says they were going to pick me back. That's probably Andrew Bashago sitting there right now. I'm telling you, it's probably Andrew. He's like, God darn it, when they coming back for me? Look at that. So, I mean, how do you... yeah, I guess you could explain this stuff away. It's like the face on Mars. I'm sorry, these are structures. Something was happening on Mars. There was life there. There was stuff going on. And that has something to do with us, too. What, I don't know exactly, but something. That is a really interesting... I've seen that photo many times. Very, very interesting. Here's another one. And Becki has not called me, so I think she forgot about us tonight. Or something came up. Who the hell knows? The Egg Rock. The Egg Rock. Okay. That looks like... I don't know. Could be... It looks almost like a sea animal that, got washed ashore. Don't that all look wet there? Like wet ground? Kind of does to me. Alright, here's another one. Let's take a look at another one. Oh, look at there. Look at that. I suppose that's just a trick of light too, right? Look at that. That thing looks like it could talk. Look at that. I'll tell you, Mars is such a darn interesting place. Let me tell you. Understand, but I'd look to see if they, but you can't look. These damn commercials or these ads they got, they just flood you. I got to show panties on my damn screen. Something shiny, right there. Might it be a piece of gold? Something shiny. Maybe it's a Motel 6 and they left the light on for us. That could be. So there's that. Let's go into... But them panties just don't go away, do they? A human bone. Look at that. A human bone. That, I guess that could be a rock. It could be. It might be. But boy, it looks like it was something. I don't know about a human... That could be a human bone, couldn't it? Look at that. hip bone connected to the thigh bone connected to the knee bone connected to the shin bone connected to the ankle bone. And you know where the ankle bone's connected to? Well, the damn foot bone. Look at that. So, I mean, you can only wonder, you can only speculate. It almost looks like there's some tools. It looks like an axe or something. But I guess it looks. Who could really know? Unless you were there. Avalanche. Well, I imagine it has avalanches. Why wouldn't it? It has weather patterns, so. Oh, look at this. Tadpole. You say tadpole, I say. That's a lake. That's a river going into a lake right there. That's what that is. That is a river flowing into a lake. Boy, wouldn't you like to get to that lake bottom and dig? Imagine what you'll find. Imagine what you find there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Some of these pictures are pretty good, folks. So, I hope I'm not killing you tonight. I hope, I thought this would be interesting. Hey, there's a plan C. Plan A fell through. Plan B fell through. Plan C is not really that bad, guys. It's not that bad. I mean, I could have easily just said, well, that's it for tonight. But I didn't do that. Dragon scales. Dragon scales. Alright. If they say so. Okay, I suppose it could be dragon scales. I don't see it myself, but I'm not a dragon guy either. Oh, looky there. Will you look at there? Now you tell me what that is. You tell me what that is. Looks like a damn Ninja Turtle. With extra legs. Look at that. Come on. That ain't no nature strut. Can't get the. You don't even try it. Look at that thing. That could be some kind of Martian turtle. It looks like a shell on the back. You see eyes. Look at all the legs coming off this thing. This thing will catch you. This thing will catch you. It has too many legs. You are not getting away from it. And it's big. That sucker is big. Look at that. What else can it be? I don't know if it's alive or dead, but it seems to be hanging out. I mean, it's hanging on, whatever it is. That's a wild picture. Now, I haven't seen that one before. That is pretty wild. What are they calling it? Crab creature. I call it the Ninja Turtle. I'm renaming it. It is the Ninja Turtle. Kissy face? Kissy face. Alright. Well, that discredits everything, so we'll just skip through that. That's just stupid. And next, in those damn panties, LPJ. Okay. Martian Morse code. I don't know about that either. He said, they've sent us messages. I mean, we've got structures. You see the face and all this? It's nothing. It's nothing. Waffle Island. Looks like a petri dish. That's kind of weird. Maybe they're Mars sea monkeys. Remember the sea monkeys? You buy them in the back of the comic book when you were little? And they'd show them sitting on living room furniture in the bottom of the fishbowl. And you thought, oh, I want this, man. These guys are going to be great. You think you're going to have these little sea monkeys who are going to talk and you raise their children. They turn out to be little bacteria. You end up flushing them down the toilet. They're worthless. That's interesting. Waffle Island. So there's a Waffle House maybe over there on Mars. It's on Martian Avenue. There's the beautiful face on Mars. There ain't no mistaking what that is. There's no mistaking what that is. That is absolutely a face. Absolutely a face. Oh, it's the shadowing. No, it's not. That is a face. there's a structure. Something. God knows if you dug it out, how big of a whatever that would be. And I mean, it's almost like it's big enough where it's meant for us to see it. And I think the government knows exactly what it is, and they just play it off with us, obviously. But that's a beauty right there. The face on Mars. I may have a feeling I don't know when, we got to stop at some point. I got another break coming up here in a minute. You going to switch? What are you going to do? Maybe that's the end of it. That is the end of it. All right. Yeah, I think that is the end of it. Well, that was interesting. Interesting pictures of Mars. So maybe, I like the face is my favorite. But wait, that Ninja Turtle is something. That Ninja Crab. Maybe we could call it Ninja Crab. We could call it Ninja Crab. All right, tell you what. I'm going to take one more break, and I'm going to come back. I got a couple other. I do not know who that is, and I can't stop it from ringing. But anyways, I want to take my break. This is the last frequency. My guest has failed to show, but hopefully we can reschedule her in the near future. We'll be back in just a moment. Boy, that's distracting. We'll be back in just a moment, folks. Don't go anywhere. Again, this is the last frequency on the VARA network. No. How did that happen? Boy, everything. See what happens? And they're calling again. All right, let's see. There we go. I'll be back, damn it.
Carolina Radio, Columbia.
Excellent. Number one means you're always on top. Your number one radio.
You're listening to the VARA Network. Hey, frequencies of all walks of life. Keep up with all things TLF Radio by joining our mailing list. Go to the bottom of the homepage and fill in the form. You'll get everything from guest info and show info and other important station-related information. So sign up now.
Crazy-ass bumper stickers and more.
What?
You heard me. Crazy-ass bumper stickers and more.
What?
Crazy-ass bumper stickers and more.
What?
For all your bumper sticker needs, just click on the Crazy Ass Bumper Stickers banner located at the foot of my website, www.lastfrequency.com. That's Crazy Ass Bumper Stickers and more.
You're making me crazy.
I want to talk to you about something very important for a moment here, folks. That is clean drinking water. Yeah, you can survive without it for about 3 days. How do you know yours is even pure? You don't, but I'll tell you what is. This is the ultimate water filtration solution. It's called Alexa Pure Pro. It is a groundbreaking gravity-fed water filtration system that outperforms all the others for less. I personally stand behind the Alexa Pure Pro water filtration system because I use it.
Welcome to the night. From the Midlands of South Carolina, you're listening to The Last Frequency with your host, Mike Vara. To get questions directly to Mike Vara, you can call in or message Mike on our website, www.lastfrequency.com. Now, here is Mike Vara.
Good news. Becki has called me, so we are. Well, my throat, and it doesn't. I'm, not sore or anything. I strained it, and it just doesn't want to cooperate tonight. But anyways, Becki will be with us tonight, and so we'll at least get an hour with her, which is fine. We could do that. It's better than nothing. The website is lastfrequency.com. Go on over, become a member, be informed, inform others. And folks, it's all free. The archives are right there for you. So have at it, would you? And let me go ahead. I've already told you about Becki, so I'm just going to bring her on with us. And there we go. Let's see. That should do her.
This is Becky.
Good evening, Becki. How are you tonight?
I'm good.
It is great to have you. I thought we were going to have to reschedule you, but you know what? An hour is perfect for us tonight. And I was telling the listeners at the beginning of the show that of all the paranormal guests that I've had, and I've had a lot, you are, and I told you this when I called you, you're amongst my favorite because of the way that you did your work. You didn't use a ghost box, and you didn't have all these weird gadgets. You went person to person with folks who were on their way to that transition, and I think that is just incredible and definitely the way to do it. And so I'm just honored to have you back here tonight to be able to talk to you again about that. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, first off, what have you been up to over, I don't know how many years it's been since I had you on last. It's been a while.
Well, we have had a lot going on. My husband was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and so, we've been going through that, and the, radiation and the surgeries and all that stuff.
Oh, sorry.
So that's my focus for right now, is just trying to be present to him, because he's, we're old people. We've been married 100 years, and so that's my focus, is just trying to be present to him, because I've been present to many people in our community and in my nursing career, and now it's time for me to be present to him and just be, there.
Yeah, absolutely. I just lost my father a couple months ago. He made it to 92, but he'd finally taken his path. And I lost my mother back about 22 years ago. So, But and the great thing here's something I want to share with you. Now, the last time we spoke, you've been on a lot of shows, so you probably don't remember everything, but you stood out to me. So I remember that show like it was yesterday. And my mother had she told me when she was on her deathbed that she was seeing angels, and she was not medicated. She wasn't on the hard drugs yet. They weren't giving her morphine and all that yet. So she I believe her. And now here's a wonderful thing. Now, my father, the last couple months of his life, he spent in hospitals and in hospice. And switching back and forth, they tried to rehab him, but it just, he's just too tired.
Yeah.
But he told the nurses, and he told my brothers and my sister that I wasn't there yet. And he kept telling them that there's a spirit that comes in the middle of the night. And he's a very serious man, so he doesn't make stuff up like that. And
no.
And he says
it was real.
Yeah, and he says that this spirit was taking him for walks through the halls every night, and then would bring him back to his body. And he said when he was out of his body, he felt great. He felt strong. He felt young again. He just there was no issues.
What a gift that he shared that with you, because there were so many people that I took care of that I could feel that they were going through stuff, but they couldn't express it. And so the gift of what your father gave you is beyond amazing and huge.
Oh yeah, it made things so much easier to hear him say, and I knew it, and I knew. Anyway, when I would go in the room and I would sit with him, I felt a presence. There was before I even knew about this. I would tell my daughter, she's sitting there, and I'm like, I'm telling you, I think my mother or somebody's here. It just felt like somebody was standing there, and he says that, and it's like, wow, So yeah, what a gift.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your work. I want folks to get because what you've done is, again, the way it should be done. I mean, you're talking to people who are experiencing, and I think that's how we get the answers, even with life after death, is people who are experiencing, even with like UFOs and stuff. I like experiencers because they're experiencing it, not people who, hey, this radio, they ask a question and the radio stations, pack in and they think that somebody's talking to them. Maybe they are, but I think the way you do it is the way it should be done. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so that was the big thing for me. I was a young nurse, and they asked me what I wanted to do. Where do you want to be? And they had a brand new oncology ward and hospice, and I said, let me try that. And so with these oncology patients, getting their very first chemo treatments, their very first exposure to radiation, their very first talk with the doctors about if this is going to work or if it's not going to work. And so just being present to those people and letting them express to me their fears, their concerns, and their, trying to figure out, how to move forward with this, to just, it's not like I can fix any of it, but I'm trying to just be present to them. And they were continually teaching me about how so many patients, so many friends, so many family members, so many people are experiencing this. And it helped me to grow and understand how to be present to them. Then they opened up a brand new hospice and said, Becky, would you be interested in doing this? And I said, oh, yes, I would love this. And so that's where I really began to learn and experience so much more, because these people were talking to me and telling me as they were nearing death what they were seeing, what they were experiencing. If family members that had passed, visions of Jesus or, angels or, all kinds of stuff that they were seeing. I was beyond blessed to sit at the bedsides of many, many people that were crossing over, because it's not like I could say, oh, no, that's not right, or oh my God, oh, that's so good, what about this, what about that? No, I just didn't say anything. I just listened to what they were sharing with me, because it's like somebody giving you a treasure, and so you take the treasure without talking. You listen, and that's what they were teaching me over and over and over again, with all of their individual stories, all their individual experiences as they were passing. And someone asked me at some point, I think it was one of my instructors that came through, that had known me in nursing school, and said, how can you believe all this? I said, no, how can you not believe all this?
Yeah.
These people are sharing with me as they're dying what they're seeing and experiencing.
And how many of them shared this kind of stuff before they were on morphine or this and that? Because I know, like in my dad's case, again, he was only on Tylenol right up until the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so that's the thing. The majority of the people, a majority, do you hear me?
I do.
A majority of the people trusted me because I was with them day in, day out, day in, day out. And they needed to tell somebody what they were experiencing. Becki, they're here now. I have to go. And so I just tried to be present to them and said, okay, if you want to share with me what you're seeing, that's good. If you don't need to share anything, that's good. I'm here with you. I'm going to be with you. And those that shared with me, what they were seeing, sometimes they were calling out to their mother or their father or a child, or Jesus or Mother Mary. Everybody had their own experience. And I don't judge anybody's experience. Never. That's it. How could you do that? How could you judge that? Because it's just so right there, right now, happening before me. And just trying to just be present and to this person, this precious patient, and help them to just be aware of what's happening around them and not be afraid.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And if I tried to share that with my supervisor, they just looked at me like I was crazy, and they said, okay, Becki, yeah, this happens on a regular basis. Yeah, just go with it, do whatever you need to do, and just be, present to them. It's like they didn't fully get it. It's, it's not like a dream. It's the reality. It's their reality as they are beginning to transition to the other side.
Yeah, and so what? Tell me a few. I mean, I guess I kind of wonder what's going through their heads, because it seems like I know, even in my father's case, people, we gather around and everyone's whispering like they don't want him to hear, like he doesn't know what's happening.
But they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. That's a thing, dude. They do. Because it's their spirit that is still present. It's not the body, and it's not the mind. It's the spirit. Their spirit is still present at that time. And I think that's one of the things that we have to help people understand. We have to educate people and help them understand. There's so many people that are so fearful of someone saying something to them that doesn't agree with their religion, doesn't agree with what they believe is, happening in the, the essence of all that's alive and all that's changing and transitioning and whatever. We have to keep sharing what these patients are telling us. And you don't have to necessarily believe it, but hear them. Hear them. I believed every bit of it. I believed totally every bit of it, that what they were telling me, what they were sharing with me. And I just tried to be present to them as they were transitioning to the other side. Because to me, that's holy ground. That's holy ground when we get to be present to anyone that's crossing over, and to not judge anything they are saying. Hear what they are saying, trust what they are saying, and then just let that just be part of the experience. You don't have to say anything, but to hear them. That's the main thing, just to hear them and remind them, I'm with you, I'm here with you. You don't have to say, okay, don't say anything else about, you seeing your sister on the other side. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because if they're saying they're seeing their sister that's already crossed over, just say to them, oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'm so happy for you that you're seeing your sister. Trust that your sister will help you in this crossing.
Yeah, and I asked my dad about it. He was, of course, he was in New York. I'm in South Carolina. So by the time I got there, he wasn't saying too much. He was kind of mumbling, if at best.
Aww.
And
I'm sorry.
But he did, he got the energy to say, how you feeling, Mike? He's worried about how I'm feeling when he's laying there like that.
Aww.
Yeah, and so I asked him, I said, Dad, tell me about the spirit that's coming to visit you. I want to know more. And he mumbled a little bit, and then he just dozed off, and I never did get answers. But he did tell, everyone else before I got there, and so they shared it with me. That's just, it's incredible. I mean, so there's definitely something on that other side. I just wonder, when you get to that point, what does it, what's going through their mind? So I guess they have confirmation that there's something better coming.
Yes.
And so they're not afraid when
yes.
they get to that point.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I affirm that 100% because of my many, many experiences at the bedside with these people.
Yeah.
Yes.
So go ahead.
According to they're telling me, they're expressing to me what they're seeing and how they're feeling about it. And I saw so many of them with faces of joy and relief and this gift of being wanting to go be with these people that they are seeing. They're seeing aunts and uncles and grandparents or children that may have passed first, and all this, and a dog that they've loved forever. All this stuff, they're experiencing all that and sharing that with me whenever they're doing that. And my thing is, I just say, okay, if you're ready to go, it's okay. You can go because they're here for you. I just always wanted to try to help them understand, because sometimes the patients were reluctant because they were concerned about their loved ones that were around the bedside. And they were thinking that they had to hang on and stay longer. But the visions that they were having of these family members and all of that were getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's when they would say to me, Becky, is it okay? Is it okay if I stop trying to be alive?
Yeah. Wow.
And I would say, yes, it's okay. It's okay. You can do that. You can do that. You can go. You can go be with your family on the other side. It's okay. You can do that. It just broke my heart to see them wrestle with that, trying to make the people that were at the bedside be okay, and then also seeing their loved ones on the other side that they were ready to go be with.
And that's one of the questions I was going to ask you, is how you were able to process your emotions each day, you know, going through that with
God. Them. Well, you know, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a country girl. I drive home. I walk at the pasture. You know, I take the dog for a walk. I do all kinds of stuff, you know, and sometimes journal. You know, just journal.
Yeah.
You know, my expressions and my feelings, and I pray, and I have meditations and all that stuff. Just trying to be the best me I could be for these people.
Yeah.
Because they need somebody that does not judge what they have to say. And that's one of the things I would want everybody to know. Don't judge your loved ones when they're dying and they need to say stuff. Let them say what they need to say, because it's important to them. And don't judge what they have to say. Just listen to them.
Yeah.
And just tell them, you know, we're here for you. We're going to stay here right by your side. And you can tell us anything you want to tell us.
Yeah.
And it's okay. We love you. That's one of the things that I just wanted so many people to understand, because of what I experienced with these dear, precious people that were dying, is that a lot of times the families didn't want to hear what they had to say.
Yeah.
And it was important for them to be able to express what they had to say before they crossed over.
Right. Yeah, you know, I kept telling my dad, you know, we're all here. It was my two brothers and my sister and myself, and, you know, some of my kids were there, and, you know, I told him, we're here. And I said, Dad, if you know, if you need to go, it's okay, you can go. We're going to be all right. And, you know, and
bless you.
Yeah.
Bless you.
You know, and I'll tell you, my conversation with you last time really helped with all that. I thought, you know, I remember what you said about talking to him, asking him questions, and I did that, you know. So, yeah,
good.
It's inspirational, you know, and I kind of know the difference between somebody who is drugged out and not, because in the 90s I had an uncle who, my dad's brother actually, who was passing away. He had cancer, and when he got to his last few days, I mean, I remember one day going in the room to visit him, and he thought he was fishing. He's sitting on the bed, and he's trying to reel in a fish, and he's calling my dad by one of his buddies' names that he used to go fishing with. And then he said, oh, the boat's tipping over. He fell right out of the bed because he thought the boat was tipping over. I mean, he was in total hallucination. Now, I would assume that was probably, you know, something induced from brain or drugs, maybe. Because
well, here's the thing. Yes, it could be, you know, maybe from, you know, brain stuff or drug stuff.
Yeah.
But when they're expressing to you something like that, you know, I go with them. I go there. And
I'll be in the boat. Yeah.
What kind of fish are you fishing for? What kind of bank are you on? What river are you on? What lake are you on? You know, tell me about it.
Yeah.
And they express that stuff, and telling me all of that. And you know, people have asked me, okay, do you believe that? I believe whatever they are experiencing is real for them.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason in their crossing, because it after whatever they're experiencing with me, then I'm with them as they're dying. And the gift of that is that, in a sense, a tiny sense, I got to be with them in a big way before they crossed. That I trusted their story of fishing. That I trusted their story of climbing a mountain. That I trusted their story of making peace. with someone that they need to make peace with. I don't judge any of it. I stay present to what they are telling me, and I travel with them in any sense that I can. And that's what I would want people to know. Don't judge your loved ones when they're telling you stuff as they're dying. Listen to your loved ones, because it's huge. It's a huge gift to be present to our loved ones as they're crossing over, because anything they share with us is magic.
It is. Huge. It's a blessing. It really is. You're right. You're right. And so, have any of them in your time of doing the great work that you did, any of them ever explain what it was like to be on that other side, or did they experience like? No. And most of, and probably the majority of, were just talking to me as they are beginning to cross over. I would love to be able to tell you that people could talk to me after they crossed over, but I didn't get that. I think that most of them were so glad to cross over. They were like, "Love you, Becky, bye," and we're just boom, out, boom. I'm going. Because they were seeing Uncle Fred, they were seeing, Mother Mary, they were seeing all this, and they were just out of there. Yeah. I felt a huge gift from them, of a sense of, thank you for being with me and in this process, but never, no, they were just out of there, just, so happy to leave and go and be and do what they were supposed to do after being in this lifetime. They were just like, boom, gone, bye, thank you, bye, Did everybody have somebody visiting them? Does it seem like everybody, or are there actually some who don't?
I'm sorry?
I say, did all your patients, did they all have somebody who was coming to visit them before they passed? Somebody or something?
A majority of the patients, because there were some, yes, a majority of the patients were definitely connecting with the other side and family members and Jesus and Mother Mary and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But there was a percentage of people that did not connect or say anything. And, I don't judge that. I just think maybe they were so afraid they didn't know what to do, or maybe they were just, so, just trying to figure out, how to move forward or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't judge any of that, because I've had many people ask me that. Do you think those people were lost? No, I don't judge that, whether people are lost or whatever. I think it was just their process, and it was just their I think it's a big, big deal when you're trying to let go of this side, because we are connected to our families.
Yeah.
Our mother, our father, our sister, our brother, our children, our grandchildren, our dog, our home place. It's a big deal. But the majority of people I were with were like, I'm out of here. So out of here. And just were running to the other side.
Yeah, we are connected to so much on this side. There's so many things that, we want to hold on to and grasp onto, and especially family members and people we love.
Yes.
That I think sometimes we fail to think about the ones that we love who are already over there. And for me, knowing that there's so many people that I do care about so deeply who are over there right now, I want to assume when it's my time, look, I know there's going to be some fear. There's always fear in the unknown. And but I take comfort in knowing what both my parents told me before they passed, what friends who have passed have told me, and just knowing that they're there, and that, hopefully we see them. I don't know how long they hang around before they do whatever they do.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You that they did. You're okay. You mentioned your parents. Okay, they're coming in to me. Okay, and they're telling me, okay, tell him. You are so beloved on so many levels you can't even imagine. And they will beyond be present when you cross over. And others, and they're saying, and they're telling me, and others, and others, and others. Dude, you are a precious, beautiful soul. You've done so much good in your lifetime. And as you're crossing over, you're going to be greeted by so many people that want to tell you how much they appreciate you and how much they love you. But your parents are telling me they are standing at the head of the line. They will greet you first.
Wow. Well, that will be an incredible greeting, I can tell you that. Certainly would make crossing over really comfortable, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
You don't have anything to fear. Trust it.
But fear itself, right? It's, my fear has always been not about dying, but how I would be dying. That was always the thing that stood out to me. It's like everyone wants to go in their sleep, but not everybody can, right?
Right. And that's a thing too, as you can imagine, because of my career, I've had patients that have died in many, many different ways. But when they die, none of that matters. As they take their last breath, none of that matters about how they die. None of that matters. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. When they die, none of that matters of how they died.
Yeah.
It's a whole new program, a whole new day, a whole new experience, a whole new way of knowing who they are, why they came, and where they're going now.
And I suppose that this process, this time that you've spent doing this, again, great work, that this had to help you a lot too, right? It was therapeutic for yourself?
Yes. I have no fear of dying. None. No fear of dying at all. And I look forward to that day. Now, right now, I'm very, very present to where I am, and I appreciate, the gift of my husband. I've been married 50 years plus, and my children, or my grandchildren, and my pets, and, my house, and all this. I'm loving this where I am. But at the same time, I trust the big picture. And I'm so grateful for knowing that I'm going to be okay when it's my time. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to be, questioning anything. I'm just going to go, yeah, time to go? Yes, I'm in. Let's go. I am not afraid of dying at all.
No, that's great. I guess I got a test once, in 2014. I had a heart attack, didn't know if I was going to make it or not, and I found that at the time when it was all happening, I wasn't afraid either. I actually, when I was, recovered, I was almost, a little part of me was a little disappointed, like, damn, I was almost there. It's like, now I'm gonna have to do that again sometime. It's like, I mean, I'm glad I'm here, but at the time,
but that, I love what you shared just now, because that's really, really precious. Because your spirit knew, okay, we're really close here, but also knew it wasn't time. And the gift of that, being that close, that's a huge blessing.
Well, yeah, and recovering was really a blessing too, because I've had so much more that I didn't realize how much I had to do yet, and but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people go in my life, as I'm sure you have too, and so I know when we do get over to the other side, it's gonna be a sham dig of a time, definitely.
Well, I hope whether you go first or I go first, that I get to meet you on the other side.
Well, yeah.
And we will have so much fun, just sharing with each other. Remember when we talked about this? Remember when we talked about that?
Yeah, we compare notes. See how much of it was accurate.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope that we could, for at least for a little bit, maybe a day or two, hang around. I'd like to, there's a couple people I'd like to mess with before I go.
Yes, definitely. Oh, we'll go to a cafe, heavenly, whatever, and drink coffee and talk.
Yeah, coffee and angel cakes.
Yeah.
So is your book still out there? People still get their hands?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so where can they find it? On Amazon?
Yes.
All right. And the title is.
And if you don't have my book, just send me your address and I'll mail you one of my books.
Okay. I think I do have it in my collection. I'm sure that's one of the books. Sometimes I let people have some books because I got so many, but that's one book I don't let them have. They can read it, but they're not taking it. Let's see. So it's the title is what can the die?
Transitions.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Transitions and Nurses Education about Life and Death.
About life. Okay, there it is, right there. All right, fantastic. Are you still doing any? I know you're occupied now, but have you, since you've retired or what have you? Have you done any more work in that field or?
No, I have a family member that has a brain tumor, and so I'm just trying to hang out and be present to my family right now.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. And how about the YouTube? There's still a video? I know you had a video out there. I believe it was titled Nurses Shares 30 Years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Becky Hawkins, Nurse Shares 30 Years.
Yeah, okay, and that's still out there. So tell me, if you could, share maybe a couple of the stories, if you remember, a couple of the stories of somebody who maybe had a visitation, maybe they were scared and it helped them, or what have you, a couple of the experiences.
Yes. I can give you one of my favorites.
Okay.
I was visiting a minister in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he had a bad cancer, and they asked me if I would go see him, and my supervisors, and I said yes. And so I went to his house, and bless his heart, he had his bed next to a window in his home where he was able to see his favorite tree and also his parsonage, his church, that was close next to him. Sweetest man, white hair, just as cute as he could be. And he said, Becky, what are you going to do for me? I said, I am going to try to make you as comfortable as I can because of your doctor's orders to give you the medication that you need. He said, well, before you give me that medication, can we talk? And I said, yes. And he said, I want you to know that I am not afraid of dying. And I said, oh, that's good. I said, tell me why. And he said, because Jesus has already been here and told me that he's going to take care of me and he's going to help me cross over. So I'm not afraid anymore. And he said, and I just want to thank you for being so kind to me and coming to visit me. And I said, I'm also very grateful that you shared this with me and that you wanted to tell me this. And I will be back tomorrow.
Beautiful.
And so he said, okay. And so I called the next morning to make my appointment with his family to come visit him. And they said, oh, sweetheart, he died this morning. He's gone.
Wow. So he was ready.
And yes, you know, I can't fully express how precious so many of these patients were as they were sharing with me, as they were crossing over. Sometimes they would tell me they saw their mother or their grandmother or a dog, you know, and I fully got that because I'm so connected to my dog. You know, there's my dog. There's my dog. I have to go and to just love them and just be present to them as they're sharing that. And then, of course, to be very present to those loved ones that are around the bedside.
Yeah.
And just love on them and help them to understand as well. I feel like I'm one of the most privileged persons on the face of the earth because of how many bedsides I've been at and how much I've been given to be present to them.
You know, it was a gift
huge honor.
Yeah. I was going to say, it was a gift to you, but it was also a great gift to them, too, to have somebody as caring as you to be there with them and allow them to share, you know, their experience with you without judgment. And so that's precious.
Exactly. Because sometimes there were patients that would say, I don't know what to believe. How am I supposed to, what am I supposed to do? You know, and to be able to just be present to them and let them express that without judgment. You know, and then just try to share with them what maybe another patient had experienced and how it helped them. You know, I am beyond blessed.
Yeah. I agree.
To have been in all those spaces and places, because even though I was trying to be the best me I could be as a nurse, they were teaching me how to be the best me no matter where I am.
That's right. And they were giving you information to share with the rest of the world. And, you know, and for those who want to use it as useful information, it's going to be helpful. For those who have closed minds, they're going to have closed minds until they're on their deathbed and somebody from their past comes and walks up to their bedside and says, hey, guess what?
And that's what I hope for and pray for. People that have been closed-minded have a reason for being that way from something that's happened to them in their lifetime. And so that's what I pray for, is that their loved ones from the other side will come and help them begin to understand, you know, okay, you can let that go now. You could release that because we're here to take you to the other side, and you won't ever have to worry about that again.
I had I have a gentleman who I work with. He's an older gentleman. He's in the upper 60s, I suppose. And his father, he said, you know, he's been telling me, you know, the last several months that, you know, he's getting worse and worse. He's on his way out, but, you know, he was still functionable. And so they got a surprise about a month and a half ago. His youngest sister passed away, and they weren't expecting that.
Oh.
So he called his father to tell him, hey, so-and-so passed away. And the father replied to him and says, I know. She's already come through and told me.
Oh.
How about
Isn't that precious?
Yeah. Did you get any of that? Did Did anyone talk about, you know, I don't know, my dad says that he was walked through the halls, but I suppose if you could walk through the hall, you could go to somebody's house and say, hey, I've passed away, you know, and let them know. That'd be incredible. I've never experienced that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
yeah.
So
there's so many stories. Yes,
there is. And listen, I know you've got a lot going on at home. I won't hold you up too long, but I will do this. I want to give you the floor. If there's anything else that you'd like to get out, by all means, go ahead. And I mean, I just want to, you know, no hurry for you. I just want to thank you for not only being here, but for the work that you've done and the people that you've helped and are still helping. And you may not even know it. So, you know, thank you.
Oh, bless you. Yes, any of your people that are listening to this, what I would want to encourage them to know is that they are precious and beloved beyond all measure. No matter what's happening in their lives, no matter what's going on, they're beloved beyond all measure. And to trust the big picture with however many family members that have crossed over, they are rooting for you. It's there for you. They are wanting to encourage you, and to understand that whether it's if you have 2 months or if you have 20 years or whatever, just be the best you can be, and love as much as you can love other people, and trust the big picture, trust the divine, and especially, like, you know, taking care of animals, taking care of water, taking care of, you know, the atmosphere, taking care of anything that you think is important, and doing that. And because when we cross over, you're in a big line of people that are going to be applauding you and saying, oh, thank you so much for caring about the earth. Thank you so much for caring about the animals. Thank you so much for caring about people in nursing homes. Thank you so much for people caring about people that are near death. You know, thank you so much for caring. Because that's one of the reasons that we're here. That's one of the reasons we signed up to be here, is to take care of each other. So, you know, that's my deal. Just trying to help people understand. You are important. You're here for a reason. You're not just here to make apple pies. You're here to give an apple pie.
Yeah.
Just be the best you can be.
All right. Well, and that's a great message to close out with. And Becky, I want to thank you so much again for being here tonight. I wish you...
Thank you so much for letting me be here. Bless you.
Bless you too. And, you know, I pray for your family and your husband, and I hope everything works out for you guys. And I hope that maybe in the future... we can talk again. I really, you've made an impact on me. Not too many guests do the impact or give the impact that you have, because again, I think your work is precious. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. You let me know anytime, because I would love to share with any audience you have everything that I've been able to experience and how my patients have blessed me.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you bet. Well, thank you, and God bless.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, folks, there she goes, Becky Hawkins. Anyways, wow, you know, what she told me about, you know, I forgot that she's done so much in this line of work that she actually, you know, she's not one of those psychics who does readings for people and stuff, but she does get connected on a spiritual level. And wow, what great work she's done. I mean, you know, that's how you do it. That is how you do it. Talk to people who are experienced. You want to know about what a UFO looks like, or, you know, what extraterrestrials are like, then you talk with somebody who's experienced it, not somebody who's wrote a book and thinks they know everything, supposedly. But somebody, I mean, if they wrote a book, great. But they need to be. I like experiences. That's just my preference. I'm one who I like to hear of people's experiences, and most of the time, guests who I've had on the show, it's about their experiences. And then there's others, it's research, but a lot of experience. That's what it's all about. Tomorrow night, I got James McCanny joining me. He'll be making his second appearance here on The Last Frequency. That's a Monday night. I'm assuming my voice will hold up. It seems to have strengthened through tonight now, from when I started to now. See what the Spirit has done for me. It's done a lot. But hey, make sure you go check out her book. I'm telling you, she's done great work. This is the real paranormal investigating right here. Transitions, a nurse's education about life and death. And with that, folks, I want to thank each and every one of you, wherever it is you may be, around the globe, in the chat room, on another planet, or on the other side. This has been a broadcast of The Last Frequency with yours truly. I hope that you'll keep your eyes posted to the sky, because you never know what you might see. And keep your ears posted to this broadcast, because you never know what you might learn. Make sure you go get yourself some crazy-ass bumper stickers. All right? And join us tomorrow night. I'll be on the VARA network and on Rumble. Good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.